WWE Hall of Famers, the Bella Twins, have confirmed their departure from WWE. They'll now be known as the Garcia Twins. And what does their wrestling future look like? John Cena has publicly, for the first time, commented on the Vince McMahon misconduct allegations. The latest update on the MLW and WWE lawsuit. The Undertaker confirms he has been offered a role as an NXT coach. Could WWE stream their house shows in the future? WWE filed to trademark Bobby Lashley's name. Cody Rhodes comments on how WWE could split the WWE and Universal Championships after WrestleMania, and Devon Dudley has provided an update on if he'll ever wrestle again. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of World Wrestling Entertainment. Let's start off talking about Hall of Famers, the Bella Twins. They have departed WWE. Now, this is quite an interesting story, and I guess quite a big story when you consider their following and you consider what's happened with the Bella Twins and WWE over the last few months. Now, things have seemed a bit prickly between the Bella Twins and WWE during the early part of 2023. Both Brie and Nikki were critical of the promotion due to a lack of female representation at the Raw is 30 anniversary show, and Nikki would later have some choice words regarding WWE's reaction to the initial success of Total Divas while appearing on the sessions with Renee Paquette. Now, another sign, well, they've left the company, but another sign today that things weren't completely good between the Bellas and WWE had emerged. Followers of the Bellas on social media noted early this morning that the sisters had changed their information, removing any references to the Bella Twins and instead referring to themselves as the Garcia Twins. Garcia, of course, is their real last name. Shortly thereafter, the Bellas confirmed the name switch in a tweet, saying, quote, "Hi, I'm Nikki Garcia. Hi, I'm Brie Garcia. And we're the Garcia Twins," the tweet read. "Welcome to our next chapter." Accompanying the tweet was a video featuring Brie and Nikki with a voiceover from the sisters talking about taking it to the next level, owning who we are and being unapologetically us, and fiercely walking through that open door. The video ended with Brie and Nikki literally walking through an open door. At this time, it remains to be seen what that door necessarily represents in terms of, well, we know it represents a departure from WWE. If it means walking through the forbidden door into another company, we'll have to wait and see. Now, quite interestingly too, speaking of AEW and the Garcia Twins, Brie and Nikki were recently seen backstage at AEW Revolution, hanging out with current AEW stars and former WWE co-workers Renee Paquette and Saraya. Of course, Brie's husband, Bryan Danielson, battled MJF in an Iron Man match main event for the AEW World Championship. So that got people discussing earlier on, saying that something was certainly afoot when it came to the Bella Twins and their WWE futures. Well, Brie and Nikki Bella, it is confirmed, are no more, and in their place, only Brie and Nikki Garcia remain. People magazine is reporting that the WWE Hall of Famers are officially gone from the company and will be known going forward as the Garcia Twins, with the name of the popular The Bellas podcast being changed to the Nikki and Brie Show. Having previously moved any mention of WWE from their social media, Nikki and Brie said that an upcoming contract renewal made the woman realize it was time to step out on their own and start a new chapter in their lives. Brie Garcia said she was so excited to close the chapter on her WWE persona, and she said she was equally excited to see what Brie Garcia can accomplish. Nikki Garcia said the duo's upcoming 40th birthday also motivated her and her sister's decision to revert to their maiden names. As I mentioned, the duo has been critical of WWE's female representation as of late, noting that the recent Raw is 30 celebration failed to acknowledge the women's revolution of the past 15 years, which has seen a stark change in the way WWE presents its female superstars. Upon removing WWE from their social media, they teased they were going to unapologetically and fiercely walk through that open door, leading to this announcement. So again, certainly very, very interesting. Now, when it comes to their last time they stepped inside of a WWE ring, of course, they were part of the Women's Royal Rumble last year. Since then, unless I'm mistaken, they haven't wrestled since. So I don't know if they're going to continue in pro wrestling. They haven't really commented on that, but they are now officially free agents. They now officially have left WWE. What it means for their future reality shows, of course, we still were getting reality shows on E involving the Bella Twins. Is that going to change? Most likely, because they were WWE produced shows. It's going to be very fascinating to see what Nikki and Brie Garcia do going forward, and if they decide to wrestle again, or if they're just going to continue being social media stars, reality stars, influencers, and things of that nature. Now, John Cena has been trending today for maybe the wrong reasons. Now, John Cena has opened up about his friendship with Vince McMahon, which was the widely reported reason for the chairman's presence at Raw last Monday. Of course, McMahon was reportedly in the gorilla position backstage at Raw on March 6 in Boston, where John Cena returned to confront United States champion Austin Theory. In an interview with AP News, Cena opened up about his friendship with McMahon in the light of the allegations raised about him, which recently saw more legal action against the WWE chairman. Speaking to Dan Gelston, Cena was asked about reconciling his feeling towards McMahon based on the accusation against him. AP said, quote, "Is it tough to reconcile the feelings you have towards Vince McMahon with the sexual misconduct accusations made against him?" Cena said, quote, "No, I mean, everyone has the right to have their perspective. I have the right to have mine. When you love somebody, you take them as imperfectly perfect as they are. We all make mistakes. We all have poor decisions. Lord knows I've made my collection of poor choices. That doesn't mean I'm not going to love somebody. There's no way I can go on record and say I don't love Vince McMahon." Now, obviously, that led to quite a bit of backlash on social media, accusing Cena of papering over or trying to water down the accusations, serious accusations made against the WWE chairman. Of course, Cena is set to face Austin Theory at WrestleMania 39 on April 1st or 2nd for the United States Championship. Now, he was also asked in the same interview about his thoughts on the possible sale of WWE. Of course, that was the proviso in which Vince McMahon returned to the company earlier this year to spearhead an exploration of strategic alternatives for the company. Again, in this same interview of AP News, Cena said, quote, "That's way above my pay grade. I just don't know what's going on with that. I love Vince McMahon. He's everything you could want in a great friend, business partner, father, mentor. I love the man, but his business dealings are his business, and what he shares with me, that's between us. But I don't know what's going on with the corporate structure in the WWE or the creative direction of the WWE. But when I'm there as a performer, it's Roman Reigns' show. In my mind, he needs to be in the conversation, and in my mind, he's the greatest of all time." So again, very strong praise for Roman Reigns there as well. Now, what's quite interesting is that a major match that was reportedly scrapped from WrestleMania 39 is also reportedly on the table for SummerSlam involving John Cena. Now, prior to John Cena's return to WWE and the match with United States champion Austin Theory, rumors had emerged that the company were planning for a match between Cena and Logan Paul for the show. That match, of course, never took place, with Logan Paul set to face Seth freaking Rollins instead, but both parties were reportedly very interested in the match. In an update with Give Me Sport, WrestleVotes has noted that the match is currently very much on the table for SummerSlam due to Logan loving the idea and Cena being very much down. They said, quote, "Logan loved the idea and Cena was totally down for it. They'd have made mega money and it's just a matter of when. They want to tell a good story because they're mega stars, so there's got to be a reason. The match is very much on the table, even at a SummerSlam. All parties involved want to do it." Of course, Logan Paul is set for Raw next week. We don't really know the status when it comes to John Cena in the build-up to WrestleMania. We know the match is going to happen, but as far as next televised appearances, we don't know as of right now. Now, when it comes to the match against Austin Theory, in this interview of AP News, Cena explained the circumstances of him having the match for the United States Championship. He said, quote, "You would be surprised at my answer, but that's what I was told would happen. I don't do that. I don't say I want to do this. I want to work with that person. I don't ever do that. I've never done that. I just try and do what I'm told to do and do it to the best of my abilities. Instead of dictating my terms, I often just try to make the performance the best it can be. What I don't do, what I've never done, is curate the direction of the narrative. I don't pick opponents, but I love to tell stories. I didn't pick Austin Theory, but I certainly spoke from the heart on Raw." Now, he also spoke about how emotional his return was. Remember, he previously said that when he walked out in Boston, he was nearly on the verge of tears because he thought for the first time, this might be one of the last times I ever enter this arena, which of course it could be, with Cena getting towards the end of his WWE career. Now, one big story that's been an ongoing story for quite a while is this lawsuit between WWE and MLW. Now, like popular animated comedy The Simpsons, the legal battle between MLW and WWE seems destined to go on forever. It's now been over a year since MLW first filed an antitrust lawsuit against WWE, one that was dismissed in February. However, MLW has continued on, amending their lawsuit in order to file it again and guaranteeing that this legal fight isn't over just quite yet. If WWE, though, has has their way, things will again come to a screeching halt soon enough. PW Insider reports that WWE filed a motion yesterday in court requesting an extension as they prepare to respond to the amended lawsuit. It was noted that WWE is seeking the extension in order to prepare a motion towards dismissing the lawsuit a second time. A ruling has yet to be made on WWE's request if an extension were to be granted. WWE's response would be moved from its currently scheduled date of March 20 to April 7th. Accordingly, MLW would then have until May 8 to respond back to WWE, while WWE would then get until May 29 to make an argument in support of their position. Only at that point would a potential ruling be made in the matter. So we could be looking at a situation once again where this doesn't get resolved until maybe the end of May. For those looking for a light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to this battle, it was further noted should WWE once again get a dismissal in the case, it would likely be the end of the road regarding MLW's pursuit of legal action. However, should the lawsuit not be dismissed, it would then lead to both MLW and WWE heading to trial. So either way, we're most likely going to get some major serious developments regarding this in the next couple of months. Now, The Undertaker's done a really good interview with Ariel Helwani of BT Sport, and The Undertaker, of course, has officially retired from wrestling. His last match took place at WrestleMania 36 when he defeated AJ Styles in the Boneyard match. Since then, The Undertaker has made various appearances on WWE TV, including as the American Badass at Raw 30 earlier this year. With Taker now retired, fans have wondered about him potentially taking on a role behind the scenes in the company, such as a producer or a coach or something of that nature. Speaking with Ariel Helwani, Taker revealed that he has been approached about becoming a coach, but that he's still coming to grips with him not being in the ring himself. He said, quote, I've been approached about doing it. My deal is trying to take what I did in my era and applying it to where the product is now. It's tough. It's tough for me. I'm still coming to grips with not being able to be in the ring too. It's tough for me. Even the other night, I have to say, man, I was in the ring, man. I was feeling pretty good. When asked if he would consider returning to the ring, Taker said, quote, I don't think so, no, I guess you never say never. I don't really have any aspiration to get back in the ring. I would love to be able to. I mean, in my mind, in my heart, there's nothing I'd rather do, really. Physically, I can't deliver what I think people need or what people would expect from me, and I have this conversation a lot of times, but you know, all you'd have to do is go out, choke slam somebody and roll your eyes, and I'm like, I can't do it that way. I can't live off the equity that I've built up over 20 to 30 years. My legacy means something to me. I tell people that if I'm on TV, I'm taking time away from someone else that's going to be on the road and is going to be relevant 5-10 years down the road. I just can't do it. I can't physically give people what they expect when they see The Undertaker's name on the page, so I don't want to become a parody of myself. And I'm glad The Undertaker realizes that. It took a while for him to realize that, but I'm glad he's at that point right now. Now, in the future, could WWE possibly stream their house shows? Well, it's not an idea that's totally new. Now, a streaming executive has revealed that WWE does have an interest in a big change to its live event business model. Now, Fight TV, which of course do a ton of sports streaming and wrestling streaming, Fight COO Mike Weber recently appeared on the Business of the Business podcast and was asked whether he could see WWE streaming their house shows in a similar way to the 1980s broadcasts on regional cable channels. WWE used to do this quite regularly in the 1980s on the MSG network, for example. Now, Weber would reply by saying, quote, they definitely have an interest in doing it. I'm sort of surprised they're not. In what I think is their opinion, it's got to look the level of Fox or nothing. So I don't think they want to put on a smaller production out there. Could it be done? Yeah, it could be done overnight. It would be easy to go in there and do those shows because it's still nice venues, bigger venues than, say, GCW shows. GCW is a good example. You can film those shows almost anywhere and they work and fans like them. I think it's very important to WWE to keep that level of TV production at the highest level. That's a $150,000 to $200,000 production budget to go and do every show, which would not make sense for your quote-unquote house shows. Weber would point out that WWE uses their house shows as a practice run for pay-per-view matches, citing this as a reason why WWE may be reluctant to bring their house shows to the masses. He did suggest that with AEW House Rules starting on March 18 this coming weekend, with the first match in Troy, Ohio recently announced, there was a question mark over whether Tony Khan could opt to stream the non-televised shows, but then that kind of defeats the purpose. Why would you stream shows that are non-televised? Because suddenly they're non-televised no more because they're being televised. Now, WWE's been filing quite a few trademarks recently, and they filed another one for a former WWE champion this time. Recently, WWE has been changing the names of stars in the ring who have used their names outside of WWE in order to own the trademark rights for the character names. On March 9, however, WWE filed to trademark the name Bobby Lashley. Now, Lashley's WrestleMania status is up in the air right now, with Bray Wyatt out of action with an illness, seemingly putting their impending match in jeopardy. It has been reported that it's expected that Wyatt will be back in time, but we don't know. As far as trademarking Bobby Lashley's name, it's no surprise recently they've been re-trademarking quite a few things that have lapsed. Matt Cardona's Zack Ryder name, Ezekiel Jackson, so I'm sure Bobby Lashley is just part of that due diligence. Now, a lot of people are questioning, if Cody Rhodes were to win the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at WrestleMania, how would they split the championships if indeed they were to split the championships? With Rhodes facing undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns on what appears to be night 2 of the event, the American Nightmare has spoken about the state of the Unified Championship. Speaking on the Bart Winkler show, Rhodes explained, quote, "What will it take for the titles to be eventually separated is..." This happened in boxing years ago. Maybe whoever is coming out of WrestleMania, obviously, I want to say with the most confidence in the world that it's going to be me, but maybe who leaves WrestleMania, it's time for perhaps management to step in and make that call so you never put it on potentially me or potentially Roman Reigns to say, I want this one more than the other. Of course, the fan in me, I want my hands on the WWE Championship. It's the one that Dusty Rhodes never got, but it would take someone telling me we have to go in this way. Both brands need a title. Once you have them, Roman Reigns threw them down in front of me the other day. I felt my heart jump. For real, how sincerely I love those title bouts that I've never touched. That's a good time for maybe management to step in. If they did, I'd be all about it. So basically, Rhodes saying that management should just step in and say, we're going and we're splitting them apart. Not the champion saying it, because that would devalue the championship, which, to be fair, I kind of agree and I understand what he's saying there. Finally, Devon Dudley, could he be wrestling again? Well, a couple of years ago, he said he was retired, but that might have changed. Devon Dudley is officially a free agent, recently parting ways with WWE. However, he's not exactly ready to get out into the wrestling world due to major health issues. Devon underwent surgery on his back in early 2022 and hasn't competed in the ring since. Despite his doctor originally telling Devon he would never wrestle again, the record-setting tag team champion revealed he has had conversations with former tag team partner Bubba Ray about returning to the ring as a tag team once again, saying, quote, "Me and Bubba have talked about it," Devon said while on Wrestle Binge. "It's not, unheard of. I did have major back surgery, so I just took the x-rays today. That's going to be sent to my doctor to see if everything is good, and I actually take my MRI tomorrow to see if the fusions that took place, everything is still intact. So once I get the okay from that within the next week or two, I'll be able to determine whether I'm going to get back in the ring. It looks very good." Of course, the Dudley Boys are one of the most decorated tag teams in professional wrestling history, having successful runs in ECW, WWE, TNA, and earning an induction into the Hall of Fame of WWE. They have not teamed together since 2016, with Bubba Ray wrestling as a singles competitor ever since. While Bubba has been pursuing singles glory, Devon does not see the same fate for himself if he is allowed to wrestle, saying, quote, "I think my time like that is over," Devon said. "To try and do matches and things like that as a singles competitor, I don't think the body can hold up anymore." So he is not ruling out a possible reuniting of the Dudley Boys. Where that would be, I don't know. Bubba Ray, Bully Ray is in Impact at the moment. Maybe it would be there. Maybe it would be in AEW. Maybe it would just be on the indie scene during big independent events, which can draw and pay good money. So maybe we could see the Dudley Boys back together once again in the future. But there you go, guys. This is the latest WWE news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Remember, you can join the WN365 roster by clicking that join button. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.